Hello and welcome to our breakfast with Savitri and some fruits and vegetables. Okay, no vegetables today, just usual berries.
Fruits, berries.
Just berries and fruits. And maybe, darling, we should lift your camera up a little bit.
Yes, yes.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
My seat got disturbed.
Can you take this?
Yes. Hello and welcome to the Supramental Seminar Studios. This is Morning with Savitri, breakfast with La Catalina, the psychic reader today, and Shurik, your usual host, and a whole host of smoothie which we are pouring into the cups. Smoothie from tropical fruit, including some mango, which arrived to us via the Middle Asian, Central Asian republics guys, who are invariably keeping the stalls here. Every fruit stall in our neighborhood, they are never run by Russian people. It's invariably 100% either from the Caucasus or from the Central Asian republics. Some guys from Uzbekistan or Armenia, or I don't know where they come from, but they are all not indigenous Russians here. Smoothie and berries. We keep eating them thinking this is healthy, but somehow the health is not improving very much. I suspect it's got something to do with the chemicals, darling. They put too many chemicals on the berries to preserve them, because I myself wondering, we're buying strawberries in the shop, like in the stall they have strawberries. And they are always nice looking on the shelf. Whenever we bring them home, 1-2 days, even in the fridge at like 10 degrees centigrade, of course not in the freezer, they start going bad. How the hell are they managing to keep them alive for selling? Because like they say...
But in your fridge started
Yes.
bad?
1-2 days and they start turning bad, yes.
It means no chemicals.
Or they somehow keep it in their storerooms and their storage facilities, wherever they buy them from the bulk, this wholesale storage facilities and what we call the fruit vegetable bases here in St. Petersburg. Maybe they keep them in some controlled atmosphere with some different gases without oxygen, I don't know. But the berries are a mystery to us, and nobody telling us exactly like how they preserve them, because berries are very tender. We even have mulberries, which I always thought are impossible to transport and sell, because they just decompose within 1 day. Yes, you take them off the tree, if they are ripe, several hours later they start decomposing.
Next day I throw away half, almost.
You mean the mulberries we bought?
Mulberries, yes.
Half, almost?
Almost half,
crazy.
because let it mold.
Our psychic reader Catalina sees mold even when no human eye can see it there, because like even in the inception of the mold. That's how psychic she is.
It's true.
That's why we're losing half of the berries, which... No, you got pretty good eye for bad berries, darling, but sometimes you are over-exaggerating the problem. I can still eat them. Maybe that's why I'm not feeling very well.
Feeling bad.
Maybe, yes.
After this.
We are reading Savitri today, as usual, on the big screen TV here. Can you see everything, darling?
Yes.
Strange powers and influences are touching our life. A vision came of higher realms than ours. That was still lacking. Visions of higher realms than ours are still inaccessible. Do you see, darling, realms higher than ours in your dreams? When you sleep, can you see higher
What does it
planes of
mean,
consciousness? A realm means kingdom, a region. A realm. Область, царство. The higher realms. Высшие планы сознания. The higher realms of consciousness. A vision came of higher realms than ours. A consciousness of brighter fields and skies. It's interesting that whenever Sri Aurobindo mentions the higher realms of consciousness, the subtle planes of consciousness, so that, in other words, worlds others than ours, beyond our physical province, they still have skies and kind of earth or fields. So like the construction of the basic construction and composition of the worlds still presumes top and bottom, skies up above, some kind of ground, some kind of creatures. So this is almost universal between all reports of the subtler realms. They are still kind of lokas, planes or planets, but higher planets. Castaneda used to speak about realms of consciousness totally alien to ours, and he invented some porous worlds of some kind of like pumic stone like or polyester, I don't know, this foam rubber like passages through some inscrutable world where creatures so weird that we could not even comprehend them were inhabiting these worlds. You should read the guys, if you want to read really weird stuff about subtler realms of consciousness, you should read Carlos Castaneda. He got something to tell us. Where he got all that information, I am still at a loss. I am still clueless as to how he managed. But here, a consciousness of brighter fields and skies, of beings less circumscribed than brief-lived men, and subtler bodies than these passing frames, objects too fine for our material grasp, acts vibrant with a superhuman light, and movements pushed by a superconscient force, and joys that never flowed through mortal limbs, and lovelier scenes than earth's and happier lives. Lovelier scenes than earth's and happier lives. That's where we should stop.
Lives.
Happier lives. There are creatures there, darling. Also conscious entities somehow. Even though it is said that the psychic being, an evolutionary soul that evolves through time, is only present here on our earth. And only in human beings it is reaching its fully conscious state. Even though the majority of human beings are still unconscious, there are some whose souls wake up, and those are the ones we call the Buddha, the awoken one, the one who has awakened. Oh, Columbia Supremo. Why you have refused coffee in the morning?
Like an hour. Datsun? Буддисты там.
But that's on Gunzei Choinei. We visited it yesterday. And
Many
what about?
people was there.
Some woman I approached and I asked her what's the festive occasion, why so many people flocked to the temple. She said, no, it's just normal Sunday afternoon at a Datsun Buddhist temple. I've never seen so many people in many years before. But maybe we didn't go on Sunday, I don't know. Let's try to read, darling. A vision came of higher realms than ours.
A vision came of higher realms than ours. A consciousness of brighter
fields and skies.
Of beingless
Circumscribed.
Of beingless
Then of beings.
less circumscribed. Then brief-lived men. And subtle bodies than these passing frames.
Passing frames. Okay, let's stop here and try to get the meaning. Maybe we can understand what it all means. A vision came of higher realms than ours. Than ours, what does it mean? Compared to our world.
Чем наш.
Yes.
Видение, не видение, видение.
Видение.
Пришло видение higher realms, высоких миров этих.
Высоких миров. Only higher means выше. Более высоких.
Пришло
higher,
видение более
highest.
высших
Более высоких миров, чем наш. Более высоких царств, чем наш. A consciousness of brighter fields and skies. It's also a meaning like a vision came and a consciousness, an awareness. Сознание
of brighter fields and skies. Сознание более светлых полей и небес.
Fields and skies.
Of beingless
Circumscribed. Circumscribed means like circle is to circumscribe means to write, to draw a circle around something. Очерчивать круг. Circumscribe. Заключать в окружность. So like it means beings less, yes, менее скованных, менее замкнутых в свои рамки than brief-lived men. Brief means short. Короткий. Короткожизненные люди. Brief-lived men.
Чем короткая жизнь.
Чем людей с их краткими жизнями.
Да. And subtle bodies
than these passing frames. Subtler, more subtle, means like
худой.
More thin. Almost. Более тонких. You forgot all my explanation, darling, about subtler realms, subtler bodies. We have a gross body and a subtle body.
Тонкие тела.
Sukshma Sharira and Annamaya Kosha, a gross body of food. So this is the distinction between gross and subtle. Жесткий, земной, материальный, and subtle means тонкий, эфирный.
И тонкие тела.
Subtler, not subtle, but subtler, более тонкие тела,
чем these
passing frames.
Чем
эти проходящие
рамки.
Рамки. Формы. Имеется в виду frame. Это here frame means the body. Body frame of human beings.
Проходящие
тела, скажем так.
Objects to find for our material grasp. Кто такой grasp?
Grasp. To grasp means to grab, to catch. Захват.
to find for our material grasp.
Grasp. Grasp.
Grasp.
They say
Act.
grasp the meaning. Ухватить смысл.
Grasp.
Grasp.
Acts
Acts.
vibrant with a superhuman light.
Superhuman light.
And movements pushed by a superconscient
Superconscient force.
and joy that never flowed through mortal limbs. And lovelier
Lovelier.
scenes
Scenes.
than earth's and happier lives.
And happier lives. Objects too fine for our material grasp. This is again too subtle, too fine.
Объекты более лучшие.
Too fine,
слишком
конечно,
хороший.
слишком хорошее. You could translate this in a different context. Fine can mean good quality and beautiful. But too fine can also mean subtle. Тоже тонкий, утонченный.
Объекты более тонкие для нашей...
Слишком тонкие.
Слишком
Too fine.
Да.
Более тонкие would be finer.
Fine.
And too fine. Слишком тонкие.
для
For
нашего
our material
материального
grasp. Для нашего материального захвата чувственного. It means that our material senses
чтобы
cannot
почувствовать.
grasp it. So our material senses are too gross to catch that vibration, which is subtle. Acts vibrant with a superhuman light.
Acts vibrant with...
Acts vibrant. И действия vibrant.
Вибрировал.
Kind of, yes, but vibrant means яркий.
Окей. Действие яркое. Супер.
Действия яркие with a superhuman light. Full of energy and enthusiasm. Энергичный. Quivering, pulsating, also possible, вибрирующий. Of color, bright and striking. Цвета яркие и впечатляющие. Of sound, strong or resonating. So, full of energy and enthusiasm we should. Энергичные и действия, наполненные, скажем так, энергией сверхчеловеческого света. Acts vibrant with a superhuman light. Действия, полные энергии, vibrant. With a superhuman light. То есть вибрирующие, энергизированные сверхчеловеческим светом. And movements pushed by a superconscient force. И движения pushed.
Ну, толкать.
Толкаемые. Да? То есть толкаемые в смысле мотивированные, движимые, да. Движения, движимые сверхсознательной силой.
Действия движимые.
Действия. У нас действия in the previous line. Acts and movements.
Движение.
Поступки, скажем так, acts можно перевести поступки, а movements движения. Pushed. What you said that? Здесь.
Ну, неважно.
Движение.
Движимые.
Pushed by a superconscient force.
Движимые суперконшентом.
Сверхсознательной силой. Superconscient. Conscient – сознающий. Superconscient, сверхсознательный.
Сверхсознательный.
Enjoys that never flowed. Flow – течь, like a water. Water flows. And mortal limbs – смертные члены тела. Limbs. Hands, legs called limbs. Члены тела. Limbs.
Enjoy that never flowed.
Joys.
Joys.
Радости.
Радости никогда, которые никогда не утекли сквозь смертные конечности.
Члены. Сквозь смертные члены.
Сквозь смертные члены.
Смертные, yes. And lovelier scenes. It's a lovely scene. Прекрасная вид. Прекрасный вид. Lovely scene.
Прекрасные виды.
Ну, не прекрасные. Let's translate more
Более
precisely. Yes. This is the comparative degree.
Виды.
Более прекрасные виды или сцены, чем земные, да? Чем земли. Earths. Более прекрасные, чем земные. And happier lives.
И более счастливые жизни.
All that about the higher realms, which the yogic consciousness could perceive. Subtler realms of consciousness, where things are not so compressed and so like degraded by falsehood and our ignorance. There are such planes of consciousness, but while in the body we find it very hard to perceive them, because we are imprisoned and circumscribed. We are очерчены, our consciousness is circumscribed. That is, there is a limit drawn around it, beyond which we find it very hard to pass. And if you want to pass beyond, you should concentrate on the higher consciousness of Brahman. So let's concentrate together on the higher Brahmic consciousness and achieve enlightenment in due time. Start now, baby steps, and achieve enlightenment. 10 lives ahead, in the 10 lives in the future. Do you believe, darling, that we have already had many lives before?
Maybe.
And what is it exactly in you that was incarnating in other bodies, in other times? Question, what is it in you? Where is the spot?
Some inside of me.
You feel it?
Yes.
Oh, great psychic Catalina. You feel your soul. Very good. Usually people don't feel nothing, except for these vibrations of flesh and a little bit thinking and a little bit passions and emotions in the heart. But to feel the eternal vibrations, you need to subtilize, to make yourself more pure and transparent. Question is that if we were incarnating in bodies on our earth in previous times, we should also admit that it's possible and even inevitable that some of us were incarnated in bodies in different times, different realms, different universes, I mean also physical. But this physical Earth is not the first planet where human experiment is being conducted. Sri Aurobindo said 1,000,000 times already the experiment of human life was enacted on other planets than Earth. And at certain point he even said that 1,000,000 times more this experiment will still be conducted in the future. If we can speak about the future when we are talking about different planets and universes, we are our Earth is logical if we think about it So it started in time as a molten rock of molten rock, I mean as a sphere of molten rock, hurling through space somewhere. And then it developed a crust, and on this crust were small ant-like beings. We made our homes. But then if we think about the eternity of time, it all kind of crumbles apart, and we are again in the presence of some mystery, because human mind cannot think about eternity of times or limitless number of previous universes which came before ours. How is it possible? Nobody knows. That's why we're trying to achieve consciousness beyond mind. Because there, no questions, only answers. Questions belong to the mental field. Answers, real answers, can only be obtained by identification. Om, Tat, Sat, Swastiastu, everybody. Catalina, say something to us. What you see, what you feel. Come on.
No. What should I say?
What you feel deep inside your soul.
I don't know.
Then say, I feel nothing at the moment. Peace be with you. Peace be with you, everybody. Goodbye. See you in the next episode.
See you.